The Cuban Revolution, a time of upheaval, a time of transformation. It was a period that saw the rise of new ideologies, the fall of old regimes, and the birth of a new nation. The streets of Cuba were filled with the sounds of change, the whispers of revolution echoing through every corner. The people, driven by a desire for freedom and equality, rallied behind charismatic leaders who promised a brighter future. A time of big change, of iconic figures. The faces of the revolution became symbols of hope and defiance. These were not just leaders, they were legends in the making. Their images were plastered on walls, their speeches broadcasted over the airwaves, their names spoken with reverence and fear. They were the embodiment of the people's aspirations, the champions of their cause. Fidel Castro, the passionate leader, his fiery rhetoric and unwavering determination inspired millions. He was a man of vision, a man who believed in the power of the people. His speeches were electrifying, his presence commanding. He was the face of the revolution, the leader who would guide Cuba to a new dawn. Che Guevara, the inspiring revolutionary, a man of action, a man of principle. He was the heart of the revolution, the one who fought on the front lines, who lived and breathed the struggle. His image, with the iconic beret and intense gaze, became a symbol of rebellion and resistance worldwide. He was not just a leader, he was a legend. Their names are famous in history. Together they forged a path that would change the course of a nation. Their partnership was the stuff of legends, their camaraderie a testament to their shared vision. They were more than just allies. They were brothers in arms, united by a common cause. But behind their public image, there's a whisper, a hint of a secret influence: Freemasonry. An ancient fraternity, shrouded in mystery and secrecy. Its symbols and rituals have intrigued and fascinated for centuries. Could it be that this secret society played a role in shaping the revolution? Could the ideals of Freemasonry have influenced the leaders of the Cuban Revolution? Could this old group have shaped Cuba's fate? The connections are subtle, the evidence circumstantial, yet the whispers persist. The symbols of Freemasonry can be found in the most unexpected places, their influence felt in the most unlikely of events. It's a tantalizing possibility, a mystery that beckons to be unraveled. The stories are whispered quietly, passed down through families. Tales of secret meetings, of hidden agendas, of a brotherhood that worked behind the scenes. These stories, though often dismissed as mere folklore, carry a weight of truth. They are the echoes of a past that refuses to be forgotten, the remnants of a history that still resonates today. They tell of secret meetings, of hidden support, of a brotherhood working in the shadows, a network of individuals bound by a common purpose, united by a shared belief. Their influence, though hidden, was profound. They were the silent architects of change, the unseen hands that guided the course of history. Did Castro and Guevara just like the ideas of Freemasonry, or were they active members in its rituals and secrets? The question lingers, the answer's elusive. Their fascination with Freemasonry is well documented, but the extent of their involvement remains a mystery. Were they merely admirers of its principles, or were they initiated into its inner circle? The answers, like the men themselves, are still a mystery. The truth is hidden in the shadows, obscured by time and secrecy. Yet the questions remain, the intrigue persists. The legacy of Castro and Guevara is intertwined with the enigma of Freemasonry, a puzzle that continues to captivate and confound. This video explores these mysteries, looking at the historical connections between Fidel Castro, Che Guevara, and the mysterious world of Freemasonry. We delve into the past, uncovering the hidden links, the subtle influences. We examine the evidence, piece together the clues, and attempt to shed light on this fascinating chapter of history. We'll look at the evidence, both real and anecdotal, and try to separate fact from legend. The documents, the testimonies, the artifacts, each piece of evidence tells a story. Together they form a mosaic of history, a tapestry of truth and myth. Our goal is to discern the reality from the fiction, to uncover the true extent of Freemasonry's influence on the Cuban Revolution. Our journey will take us to the heart of the Cuban Revolution, where the future of a nation was uncertain, and where the lines between revolution, beliefs, and secret societies are blurred. We will explore the intersections of ideology and secrecy, of public action and private belief. Join us as we unravel the whispers of revolution and uncover the hidden stories that shaped a nation. To understand how Freemasonry might have influenced the Cuban Revolution, we first need to understand the history of the group in Cuba. The roots of Freemasonry in Cuba are deep and complex, intertwined with the island's colonial past and its struggle for independence. This secretive society, known for its rituals and symbols, has played a significant role in shaping the social and political landscape of Cuba over the centuries. Freemasonry, which started with groups of stonemasons in the Middle Ages, came to Cuba in the 1700s. These early Freemasons were skilled craftsmen who built cathedrals and castles across Europe. They formed guilds to protect their trade secrets and support each other in times of need. Over time, these guilds evolved into the Freemasonry we know today, a fraternal organization that values brotherhood, charity, and truth. Brought by British and Irish military groups, it quickly became popular among the island's elite. These military lodges were the first to introduce Masonic principles to Cuba, and they attracted influential members of society, including politicians, businessmen, and intellectuals. The appeal of Freemasonry lay in its ideals of equality and mutual support, which resonated with the aspirations of the Cuban elite. French Masons escaping the Haitian Revolution in the late 1700s and early 1800s added to the numbers of Cuban Freemasonry. These refugees brought with them not only their Masonic traditions, but also their revolutionary ideas. The Haitian Revolution, which was a successful slave revolt, had a profound impact on the Caribbean and Latin America, inspiring movements for independence and social justice. They brought with them a belief in social action and political involvement. The French Masons were committed to the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity, and they saw Freemasonry as a means to promote these ideals. In Cuba, they found a fertile ground for their ideas, as the island was ripe for change and the local population was eager for new ways to challenge the colonial status quo. This would strongly influence Cuban Freemasonry, linking it to the nation's fight for freedom and fairness. Many Cuban Freemasons became leaders in the struggle for independence from Spain, using their lodges as meeting places to plan and organize. The Masonic values of brotherhood and solidarity helped to unite the diverse groups fighting for a common cause, and the symbols of Freemasonry became intertwined with the symbols of Cuban nationalism. Despite times of political trouble and social unrest, Freemasonry thrived in Cuba. The resilience of the Masonic lodges during these turbulent times is a testament to the strength of their principles and the dedication of their members. Even when faced with persecution and repression, the Freemasons of Cuba continued to meet in secret, preserving their traditions and supporting each other through difficult times. It became a big part of society, attracting people from all walks of life: thinkers, artists, politicians, and revolutionaries. The inclusive nature of Freemasonry allowed it to become a melting pot of ideas and perspectives, fostering a sense of community and shared purpose. This diversity of membership helped to ensure that Freemasonry remained relevant and influential in Cuban society, as it adapted to the changing needs and aspirations of its members. By the mid-1900s, hundreds of lodges existed across the island, their members connected by promises of brotherhood, secrecy, and helping each other. These lodges served as important social and cultural centers, where members could come together to discuss ideas, support each other, and work towards common goals. The bonds of brotherhood and the commitment to mutual aid that characterized Freemasonry helped to create a strong and resilient network of support that has endured to this day. Fidel Castro, the passionate revolutionary who overthrew Batista, is still incredibly interesting. His charisma, his strong belief in his cause, and his ability to inspire a nation continue to fascinate historians and revolutionaries. But did Castro's path to revolution cross paths with Freemasonry? One story suggests that Castro and his new revolutionaries found safety in a Masonic lodge during their early fight against Batista. This lodge, the story goes, provided a hiding place from the dictator's forces, letting Castro's 26th of July movement plan in secret. Some stories even say Castro himself joined Freemasonry. These stories often point to people within the Masonic community who supposedly supported Castro and helped him join. However, real proof of these claims is hard to find. Che Guevara, the Argentine doctor who became a world symbol of revolution, shared Castro's belief in social justice and armed struggle. Born in 1928, Guevara's journey from a medical student to a revolutionary icon is nothing short of extraordinary. His travels across Latin America exposed him to the harsh realities of poverty and injustice, shaping his radical views. He believed that armed struggle was the only way to bring about meaningful change, a belief that led him to join forces with Fidel Castro in the Cuban Revolution. Together, they overthrew the Batista regime, aiming to create a society based on equality and justice. While Castro's possible links to Freemasonry are hidden in whispers and stories, Guevara's connection is even less clear. Freemasonry, with its secretive nature and complex symbolism, has always been a subject of intrigue and speculation. In Cuba, Freemasonry has a long history, with many prominent figures rumored to be members. Castro himself has been the subject of such rumors, though concrete evidence is lacking. Guevara, on the other hand, remains an enigma in this context. His revolutionary fervor and disdain for established institutions seem at odds with the structured and hierarchical nature of Freemasonry. Despite the lack of real evidence linking Guevara to Freemasonry, his ideas of global unity, social justice, and human freedom match some of the basic beliefs of the group. Freemasonry, at its core, promotes the values of brotherhood, equality, and enlightenment. Guevara's vision of a united Latin America, free from imperialist influence, resonates with these principles. His speeches often emphasize the need for solidarity among oppressed peoples and the importance of education and enlightenment in achieving true freedom. These ideals, while not exclusive to Freemasonry, certainly align with its core tenets. Guevara's writings and speeches often talked about the importance of education, enlightenment, and learning, values also important to Freemasons. In his famous work, The Motorcycle Diaries, Guevara chronicles his journey across South America, highlighting the transformative power of knowledge and experience. His later writings, including Guerrilla Warfare, further emphasize the role of education in empowering the masses. Freemasonry, with its emphasis on moral and intellectual development, shares this belief in the transformative power of knowledge. The parallels between Guevara's ideals and Masonic principles are striking, even if no direct connection exists. The mystery surrounding Guevara's connection to Freemasonry has led to lots of discussion and debate. Scholars and historians have long been fascinated by the potential links between revolutionary figures and secret societies. In the case of Guevara, the lack of concrete evidence has only fueled speculation. Some argue that his revolutionary ideals and Masonic principles are too similar to be mere coincidence, while others believe that any perceived connection is purely coincidental. The debate continues, with new theories and interpretations emerging regularly. Some argue that his ideals, while similar to some Masonic principles, came from his own experiences and his belief in Marxist ideology. Guevara was deeply influenced by Marxist thought, particularly the works of Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin. His commitment to the principles of class struggle and the overthrow of capitalist systems was unwavering. While Freemasonry promotes equality and brotherhood, it does not advocate for the violent overthrow of existing systems. Guevara's revolutionary approach, rooted in Marxist ideology, sets him apart from the more gradual and reformist tendencies of Freemasonry. Others see his friendship with Castro and the supposed Masonic influence within the Cuban Revolution as possible hints of a deeper connection. The close bond between Guevara and Castro has been well documented, with both men sharing a vision of a socialist Cuba. Some believe that Castro's rumored Masonic ties may have influenced Guevara, even if indirectly. The presence of Masonic symbols and rituals within the Cuban Revolution has been noted by some historians, adding another layer of intrigue to the story. Whether or not Guevara was directly connected to Freemasonry, the parallels between his ideals and Masonic principles continue to captivate and inspire.